Hello everyone, I'm Sunil. I welcome you back to my YouTube channel Tech Basics. So in this video, we'll try to understand if and else statement wherein you can have multiple statements in if and multiple statements in else part. So if the condition that is provided is true, then you want to execute statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, or say you have many statements, then what is that we need to do is you need to make it as a compound statement by writing these braces over there. Else part, if you want to execute multiple statements here, then again you are supposed to make use of these braces over there and so on. So if you have only one statement here and one statement over here, and then if you make use of these braces, you are not going to get any error. But this is compulsory when you have more than one statements over there to execute. So we'll try some exercise on this. So what is that we are trying to say over there is, you can write a program in this fashion. You can say program to accept the basic salary of the employee, and you want to calculate the traveling allowance of the employee, dearness allowance, and then you have house rent allowance as follows. So if the basic salary is say 1-20,000, then you say TA equals to 10%, DA equals to 90%, HRA equals to 15%. But if the basic salary is say greater than 20,000, so you say greater than 20,000, then you will take this as 12%, take it as 95%, and take it as 18% and so on. So what is that? It's a very simple program. You just need to accept the basic salary of the employee, and upon this every employee will be given based on the designation of the employee. He will be given traveling allowance when he travels. He will be given dearness allowance in order to cope up with the inflation in the market, and then he will be given house rent allowance in order to pay the rent and so on. So I have just taken, for example, if the basic salary of the employee happens to be between 1 to 20,000, then you want to calculate the traveling allowance, dearness allowance, house rent allowance with these percentages. If the basic salary of the employee goes beyond 20,000, then you want the traveling allowance, dearness allowance, house rent allowance to go with this particular percentage. So check over here now how with that we are going to write this program. Okay, we'll comment it at the last. So how is that you will write the program? You will say hash include IO stream. You will make use of the namespace over there. std, you can write there main function, which can be integer main, void main, and so on. Now what is the declaration you want to do? You want to go with basic salary, TA, DA, HRA. So you can better make use of float over there. Float basic, TA, DA, and HRA. And then you can give the message to the user. What is that you have to ask the user? Enter the basic salary. Then you can accept it from the user. You accept the basic salary there from the user. Now put the condition and try to calculate the allowances. If the basic salary of the employee greater than, or you can say less than equal to 20,000, you don't have to say greater than 1. When you say basic salary, it will be some rupee, right? So if it is between 1 to 20,000, so how is that you can write? If basic less than equal to 20,000, which means it is, when you say basic, it will not be 0, right, or negative number. So definitely it will be some positive number. So you can write the condition less than 20,000. Now if it is so, you want to calculate here TA, DA, HRA. So make it as a compound statement. So use the braces. TA equals to what is that? You have to calculate with 10% and then DA 90, HRA 15% of basic. 10% means you will say 10 by 100, 0.1. DA equals to basic into 90% is 0.9. HRA equals to basic into 15% is 0.15 and so on. So this is how you can calculate there if it is less than 20,000. Else means your salary is above 20,000. You need not to check it again. And then what is that you write here now? You say TA equals to the percentage given 12, 95, 18. So you can say here basic into 12 means 0.12, DA equals to 95.95, basic into 0.95, and then HRA equals to basic into 18%, 0.18. 18% we said, yeah, 0.18. Now what is that you do? Whatever you have calculated, you try to display this. Before that, make this line as a comment line. Yeah. So you calculated certain things over there, try to display this now. So what is that you say? You give the message to the user, basic salary equals to BAS NL. You can say traveling allowance of the user equals to TA NL. You can say dearness allowance of the user equals to DA NL. Then you can say house rent allowance of the user equals to HRA NL and so on. NL and so on. Write everything in capital. Not compulsory. Okay, so whatever you have accepted and calculated, you are displaying over here. Now run the program. So if I give the basic salary as say 30,000. So when I say the basic salary as 30,000, it will not fall under this category. So it will come to else part. So 12% of TA you should get, which is nothing but 30 into 12%, 30,000 into 12%. DA will be 95% and so on. Just check now. So see there. What is it you got? 30,000. 12% is 3,600. And then 95% is 28,500. And then 18% is 5,400 and so on. So this is how you are going to make use of. Now, if you want to know whether it has calculated with 10%, sorry, with less than 20% means whether it has calculated with these percentages are these percentages. If you want to know that, what is that you can do is within your program, you can write here a message saying your basic is less than the value that is 20,000. So it is calculated with 10%, 90%, 15% and so on. So that is how you can write the message, and then you will come to know with what percentage the salary is calculated or allowances are calculated. So this is how you are supposed to make use of a compound statement whenever you make use of or whenever you write multiple statement in if and then multiple statement in else and so on. Like here I am missing. Yeah. Okay. So this is how you can write a program, simple programs to accept and display things over there. So I think it is not much different from what we discuss in if and else. Only thing is here you want to execute more than one statement, whereas in if and else in the first part, previous video, we have seen how to do this with the help of only one statement. So if you have one statement, then you need not to write these braces over there. You need not to make it as a compound statement and so on. So then we'll go with the if and else statement, wherein you will try to go with nested if else statement. Now, in the previous case, we have seen whenever you want to check a particular condition, you want to do something, and if the condition is false, you want to do something. So there you had to perform only two different tasks. But now, if you want to check multiple conditions, say for example, you want to check whether the student is pass or fail, but you also want to check if the student is pass, whether he has passed in first division, second division, third division, or whether the student has failed. So when you want to put or go with multiple conditions, you can always make use of nested if else statement. Nested if else is to say writing one if under the other if. Some textbooks also refer to it as if else ladder. So how it is going to execute? If the condition 1 is true, then statement 1 will execute. That's it. If the first condition is false, then only it will come to, understand this, if the first condition is false, only then it comes to second condition, and if the second condition is true, it will execute statement 2. If the first condition is false, second condition is false, then it comes to the third one, wherein it will check for the third condition, and if it is true, it will execute statement 3. But if first condition, second condition, third condition is false, then it will straight away come to statement 4. So this is how your nested if else statement will execute. Let's try to go with some example over here on this. You can see here, program to accept marks of the student in 3 subjects and display the result as that is result as first division or second or third division, or you want to display as failed. So you want to display the result as first, second, third or failed division. So you will say if the percentage greater than equal to 60, you want to display the division as first division. If the percentage is greater than 50 and if the percentage is less than 60, you want to display the division as a second division. If the percentage is greater than 40, equal to 40, and if the percentage is less than 50, then you want to display third division. But in order to say fail, otherwise you say fail. So fail means the marks in M1 less than 40, or the marks in M2 less than 40, or the marks in M3 less than 40. So if the marks in any one of the subject is less than 40, then you are going to say result as fail. Otherwise, you are supposed to display the result as first division, second division, third division, and so on. So instead, here you can as well write if the marks are greater than 40 in all the subjects, then only you will say pass, otherwise you will say fail. Okay, so how is that we are going to write this program? So you will say include IO stream using, you will say namespace std. You can write there integer main, void main, y to write integer, y to write void, and so on. We'll try to understand. You declare here 3 variables to accept 3 subject marks, and you want to calculate the percentage also. So whenever you calculate the percentage is nothing but the average, you can say here, and then you can declare it as float because you will perform some division operation over there and so on. So you can give a message to the user, simple. You say enter 3 subject marks. User should always have clarity in what is that he is going to accept. Okay, so you give marks and you accept the marks M1, M2, M3. Now what your program has to do, it has to calculate the percentage. So you say percentage equals to M1 plus M2 plus M3 divided by 3.0. So whenever you perform division, you make either the numerator or the denominator as a float so that you get the result as float. Now you know the percentage. So what is that you need to do now? You need to check now. If the marks in M1 greater than equal to 40 and marks in M2 greater than equal to 40 and marks in M3 greater than equal to 40, then what you are going to say? You are going to say over here that the result of the student is pass. Else you are going to say over here, see out, the result of the student is failed. So when you say pass, you just don't want to display it as pass. You want to display it as first division, second division, third division, and so on. So how is that you write? So if this condition is true, that means student has got more than 40 marks in all the subjects, then only it will come here, otherwise it will go to fail. So if it comes over here, now you need to check whether the student has passed in first division, second, third, and so on. So what are the conditions there? Percentage has to be greater than or equal to 60. So write that, greater than equal to 60. You can say see out, you have passed in first division. Else what you have to say, you have to now check whether the student has passed in second division or third division. So second division means marks should be greater than 40, greater than 50, less than 60, greater than equal to 50, less than 60. So how is that you are going to write here? Else if percentage greater than equal to 50. You need not to write and less than 60, because you will come to else part only when the percentage is less than 60. So you need not to repeat over here again. So what is that you say now? You will say see out second division. So when it happens, when the percentage is greater than 50 but not equal to or above 60. Else. Now else means what? You are not greater than 60, you are not greater than 50. That means you are less than 50 and you are passed. So definitely you will write here that the student has passed in third division. So you need not to check again whether the marks greater than 40, because you are above 40 but not greater than 50, not greater than 60. That means you are below that. So this is how you can write a program wherein you can avoid writing multiple conditions in your if and else statement. Yeah, the error is because we have not commented this. So comment this line, multiple lines over there. Execute the program now. Now your program says enter 3 subject marks. So you enter the marks as 60, 65, 61. 62. So you should get it as first division. No doubt in that. So if I enter something like say 90, 90 and 39. So I should get the result as, I should get that as failed, because student has not cleared all the subjects. Now you put here 45, 45, 42. So then what happens? It should give the result as third division. You put the marks as 55, 52, 53. You should get it as second division. So when you test the program, test for every output that you are supposed to get. You should test for first division, test for second division, test for third division, test for this division, and so on. Like, so that is how you can make use of if, else, and so on. That is what you call it as nested if else, or you call it as if else ladder. So in the next video, we'll try to understand switch case statements, and then we'll try to go with the loops that are available to us in C++. Thank you.